What's up, Lou? Yeah, living there talking here. Coming to you live with Daigo VRified Games. How we doing, Daigo?
Hey Ed, how's it going?
Yeah, it's alright, my man. So tell me, what is it we're doing up in here? It looks a little familiar, actually.
Well, Ed, it is. It should. So this is sort of an update, but not really.
What?
Yeah. Well, we're playing Death Stranding in VR with the Luke Ross mod, but we're also using Cheat Engine to get it into first person.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you cast your mind back, those who have been following us for a certain length of time may remember that we posted a video on Death Stranding first person VR, say roughly about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea was that we were using Cheat Engine and we were using hacks to get it into VR. And we had some success. We got it into 3DOF VR with Vorpex using its 3D reconstruction method, not the Geometry 3D rather. That did not work. It was DirectX 12. Those titles don't work with Geometry 3D. But Vorpex, I've got off on a tangent already.
Yeah, man, that's par for the course. You're always going off and... God damn, right? Get back on track.
Sorry, Ed, yeah. So, we had started this sort of VR conversion of Death Stranding way back in the day. It seemed promising in the beginning. I got a first-person camera, and I noted in that video that there are certain situations where the camera will be overridden by the game code, and using Cheat Engine I was not able to find a way around that, but I was confident that within time I would. Well, fast forward 2 years later and I still didn't find it. So whatever sort of coding magic they've done behind the scenes with their game engines, I have not been able to override that. So what you saw in that video is still true to this day in terms of the first-person camera implementation. However, thanks to Luke Ross's VR mod for Death Stranding, it has been upgraded tenfold. Which is why I say this is an update, but not really. This is not our work at all, it's Luke Ross. But we've circled back around and we've used our code from Cheat Engine to get it into first-person perspective.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So how does it differ from the Vorpex implementation? Well, it's neither they. I mean, rather than a 3D reconstruction, it's actually in engine here, or at least it appears to be. It's no longer 3DOF, but it's now 6DOF. So you've got complete freedom of movement, up, down, left, right, and yaw, but also positional tracking data from the headset is also fed in, so you get 6DOF head tracking. Now, with all Luke Ross VR mods, there is no motion control support. Luke Ross himself feels that he wants the games played as the developers intended, which seems kind of counterintuitive to putting VR into flat screen games. But anyway, that is what he has said, so respect that. And he's done a phenomenal job here. Even the cutscenes are rendered in 3D. Not all of them, some of them are still baked in, so some of them are in a floating 2D screen in front of you, but a majority of them are fully rendered within 3D, so it's like you're part of the scene. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is one of the best looking photorealistic games out there that you can play in VR right now. I mean, look at these landscapes. Now, circling back to Cheat Engine and our first-person code. So yes, as you can see, there is first-person implemented. I can freely look around from a first-person perspective, and it works to a point.
To a point?
Yeah. Now, as I previously mentioned, the camera system that the game uses, it's very subtle, but certain actions and animations will trigger the camera to adjust itself. So it'll pan out a little bit more, it'll zoom in a little bit more, and what that actually does for us is it messes up our code here. Because these instances, in terms of a time frame, are so minimal, it's hard with Cheat Engine to actually find the code responsible. So for instance, if the character stumbles or is about to fall, the camera will zoom out slightly. Now, this all happens in like milliseconds, so it's hard to get that code. Maybe there are people out there a bit more knowledgeable than me, but that can help find this code. But as of to date, and it's been 2 odd years, I haven't found it. Now, admittedly, I did abandon it, but we've circled back to it now. So the first-person camera we have implemented is essentially for exploration only. It actually works out quite well because in terms of the quote-unquote combat in the game, it's meant to be played from a third-person perspective anyway. You need that situational awareness of what's going on around you. So while I would prefer to have the ability to play that in first-person, it's not a bad thing that it defaults to the camera's original system. But yet, you still get a first-person perspective to enjoy these landscapes. So yes, the first-person camera works on foot. But if you stumble, if you climb, if an enemy sees you and that gets triggered, the camera defaults back to the original game camera. For better or worse, you essentially have a first-person exploration camera. Now, if anyone more knowledgeable out there wants to take a look at the cheat table that we have here and are able to improve upon it, please by all means do. We would absolutely love to have the option played in its entirety in first person. That would be fantastic. But as of now, this is what you get with Luke Ross in combination with this cheat table. The entirety of Death Stranding Director's Cut, playable start to finish, in 60 FVR, controller based, not motion controller based. You also have with the cheat table a first person perspective for exploration. Hopefully we can improve upon it, but I think you'll agree it's a very compelling way to play. So there you have it.
Okay.
So join us here now, Ed. We're going to go on a little jaunt here. I've chosen this part. It's way near the beginning of the game, but hopefully it doesn't spoil for anyone what's going on. And to be honest, even if you didn't know what's going on, you probably don't know what's going on.
Man, I don't know what the hell's going on. What you talking about?
I'm trying to keep it spoiler-free as I can, so I've picked this part of the game, which I remember has this long exploration kind of trek, which I think is perfect to showcase the first-person camera in first-person VR.
Yeah.
But I also said, perhaps if you knew what was going on, you wouldn't know what's going on, because Death Stranding is nuts. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for instance, Hideo Kojima, yeah, he's an absolute creative genius. There's no denying it. But when he worked with Konami, obviously there was oversight there, so his Metal Gear series, his Zone of Enders, whatever, there was always someone reeling him in saying, Hideo, dude, maybe this idea is a little bit too out there. Can we scale it back a little bit? You know? And that's fine, whatever. But Death Stranding is Hideo absolutely unleashed. Like, there's nobody holding his hand here. There's nobody telling him no. He just went for it. And this is 100% purely his vision, unfiltered. Yes, it is fantastic. It's absolutely great. If you're a fan of his previous work, you're going to love this. But it's nuts. Even die-hard Hideo Kojima fans must admit this is batshit crazy. In a fantastic way, don't get me wrong. It's great. But it's batshit. And even if I tried to explain the plot, like in a spoilery kind of way, I still couldn't explain it properly. For instance, it kind of defies all convention when it comes to genre. Like in terms of storytelling, it's a family drama, it's melodrama, it's action adventure, it's sci-fi, it's horror, it's comedy, it's all of those things all at once. And in terms of gameplay, it's again, you've got elements of stealth, you've got survival horror, you've got sci-fi, you've got survival mechanics, walking simulator, inventory management, it even has this unique weight system, like where you carry certain things will affect your weight and how you can climb and traverse areas. It's absolutely bizarre, but it all works together and it creates something absolutely 100% unique. There is no game out there in existence that plays like Death Stranding, either before or after. It stands alone, and I freaking love it. Even to call it a game is kind of wrong as well. It's like the Metal Gear series. It's like an interactive movie that you can play, but it's more than an interactive movie. It's also a game, but it's more than just a game. It's also an interactive movie. It's it's both of those things wrapped in together. And Death Stranding is, yeah, it's definitely one of those. Now, one of the criticisms that Mr. Kojima gets is the length of the cutscenes. I can remember back to Metal Gear Solid 4's Guns of the Patriots, and I kid you not, there was one cutscene that lasted for, I believe, almost 90 minutes. I remember I had to go out somewhere, and my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, told me, we gotta go. I'm like, okay, let me just get to the next save point and we can go. And, you know, I got to the sequence, and then the cutscene plays out for 90 minutes before I can save. Yeah, I'll always remember that. But, yeah, Death Stranding very much has that in mind. Also, storytelling is at the forefront of everything Hideo Kojima does. And ergo, you're going to get lengthy cutscenes. Now, in the director's cut, you do have the ability to skip them, which may be in the original version as well, I can't remember. So for people who just want to play, or people who are on a replay of the game, you can skip those cutscenes. So that's something. But yeah, this is an entire experience. And to experience this game with its cutscenes fully realized in 60 FVR also, it's a real treat. It's a real treat for people who are fans of Hideo Kojima. And if there are people out there who haven't experienced this game at all and are jumping in for the first time in VR, you're in for a treat, you guys. So there you go. I have talked at length about it, and I still haven't explained what it is. So there you go. It's actually really impossible to do.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Anyway, I've waxed lyrical about the game in the last video we made on it almost 2 years ago anyway, so don't really want to be repeating myself if you guys are coming in to this from that. You never know, in the future that could be the case. So, as it stands, here you have it. Death Stranding, fully playable, beginning to end, 60 FVR, with your controller, and the added bonus of a first-person camera.
Yeah, man, but how do you play it? Like, how do we play it with the first person?
Oh, well, I think we better bring in our old friend here.
Oh man, don't tell me.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's showed up on this
Man,
on the channel last
I
time.
done thought we...
Hey guys.
Oh, come on, man.
Cartoon Carl here.
Oh no. Oh hell no.
Coming at you with another tutorial. How y'all doing? Alright.
Oh Carl, god damn it, man. I thought you had died, man.
Huh?
I was so happy.
Happy to find out I'm here?
Oh, yeah, you're sure, yeah.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
Bend over, I'll show you sweet.
Guys, come on. All right, Carl. How do we do this? Welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a minute. Alright. Yeah, so how do you do it? How do you set it up? Alright, okay, that's cool. So first thing you need is obviously access to the R.E.A.L VR Mod by Luke Ross. Now, guys, this is locked behind a Patreon wall. It's not freely available, but there is a link in the description. If you go there and subscribe to his Patreon channel, you will get access to the mod, okay? So go ahead and download that. There's actually compatibility for 30 plus games on there, and they're all of premium quality, I guarantee it, okay? Once you got that downloaded, extract that into your Death Stranding Director's Cut game directory, okay? Now, it's important if you've never run the game before to run it at least once in flat screen, alright? This creates the system files that's going to be overridden later on. So go ahead and do that if you have not. While you're in there, you can also go to the options screen and turn off those effects that are kind of counterintuitive to the VR experience. So anything that says depth of field or motion blur, yeah, you can go ahead and switch them right off. Alright, exit the game. Your files are created. Go ahead and run the realvr.bat file that's now in your game directory, okay? Follow the prompts, say yes, yada yada yada. That's going to install into your game. Beautiful. You're ready to play the game in VR now.
Hold on, man.
What?
Well, what about this first person, man?
Alright, yeah, okay, the first person. Yeah, okay. So in this instance, you need to go to the link in the description for Cheat Engine. Go ahead and download the latest version and install it to your PC. Alright, now you'll see a link in the description for the Death Stranding cheat table. Go ahead, download that. Double click it, and a table will appear. Alright? Now go ahead and run the game. You should see it pop up in your headset. That's great. Take your headset off for a second. Okay, now Alt-Tab on your keyboard so you can get to the Cheat Engine menu. Okay? See that little flashing box? Go ahead and click that. Point it to the Death Stranding EXE. Okay, press OK. Now, you're going to see a whole bunch of cheats there, which is great and all. You can mess around with that if you like, but what we're looking at is the camera system. So scroll on down until you see camera assist, XYZ coordinates, etc. Click all of those boxes, all 4 of them. That will activate first person once you get in game. That's it. Now, when you play the game, you'll notice you'll be in the first person perspective in the exploration sections. Booyah! Alright. See you all in game.
Yes, you dick.
Thanks, Carl. Yeah. So there you guys go. Carter Carl's back, everybody.
Woohoo, Cartoon Carl's back, everybody. Throw a party, oh.
Come on, Ed.
Anyway, yeah, Carter Carl's back. That is the tutorial on how to set it all up. As you see, there's nothing too complicated. Within minutes, you'll be able to enjoy the game in first-person VR, should you wish to play it in first person. Incidentally, there is a toggle system of sorts. I say of sorts because it's kind of by accident, but when you press the sprint button to run, yeah, you guessed it, it overrides the camera system. So the exploration camera exists only when in a walking state. But there it is. Hopefully we can improve upon it. Alright. So I guess we're going to leave it there, you guys. Like, comment and subscribe. If you've any thoughts, queries, any critiques, put them down below. If indeed there are any games you'd like us to look at VRifying in the future, put those down below and we will presumably get back to you eventually. You can also follow us on TikTok for our adventures over there, which are basically condensed versions of what we do over here. And yeah, follow us on all social medias. All links will be in the descriptions, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you there also. Alright, VRified Games out.
Y'all, listen up. Exclusive deal time. If y'all in the market for a meta headset, accessory, or game for the store, check out our affiliate links in the description for some money off on those bad boys. Not only do you get a sweet little discount on any of the sales, but we also get a little something, you know what I mean? It'd be much appreciated. Help the channel out. Thanks, y'all. Yeah.
VRified.